Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It is Rachel here today. I just wanted to show you guys the Twintorials, neutral look. Our kind of the way we do neutrals, the way we typically do neutrals would be like really smoky, really kind of grungy. We don't do neutrals very often, so it's kind of fun to do them every once in a while instead of just sticking to the blues and the greens of the world. So if you're interested in seeing how I did this eye look and this lovely skin, then just keep on watching. All right, hey, I cut my hair off today and I think I look horrible, but like that's not the point. It was just to get all the damage off because I had like the length that this is the length of the breakage I had. So it was real bad. I'm also sick, so I sound kind of gross. I'm gonna prime my eyelids with my MAC Painterly paint pot. I just have a cold, which I haven't had like almost since COVID hit. I think I've had one, but it was like really minor, and this one has like, I've had like a cough and stuff with it, so it's like more intense. I said like a lot there, but it's been rough. I don't like being sick, especially since I haven't been sick in so long. Anyway, I'm going to use my Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse palette. Our good friend Andrew Rose on YouTube sent this to us, so you can go check his channel out. He's a gem. And this palette is beautiful, but I haven't really reached into it very much because I don't use neutrals very often and I have a lot of blues in my collection. So first I'm going to dip into the shade Earthbender, which is the deepest kind of brown, like it's more like, I don't know, it's a blackened kind of burgundy brown kind of. It looks darker on the eyes than it is in the pan. I'm going to use a Rephr 13 brush to apply that, and I'm going to put it on the inner and outer corner because we're doing a halo eye. That's what I typically like to do, especially for neutrals. I feel halo eyes are the most flattering, but it really depends on the colors I'm using because I don't use coppers very often, like very warm tones. When I do neutrals, I typically gravitate for like neutral to cool tones. Alright, I got my base laid down. It's just a really deep brown. It's really stunning. This is a BH Cosmetics brush from the Marble set. It's like a little tiny blender brush, but I don't know the name. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go in with a mix of Dusk and Sandstorm, the two lighter kind of tan shades down here, and blend out the brown with those. I wish you guys were like here with me so I could ask you for advice because I can't sneeze. I sneezed yesterday early morning and I've had to sneeze ever since, to the point where I will be crying for like 10 minutes straight because I cannot get a sneeze out. Like, it's so painful. I plucked a nose hair, I sniffed pepper, I looked in direct light. I can't get it out, man. I'm dying slowly, and my eyes are starting to water again because I think I need to sneeze again, but what are we gonna do? Anyway, I'm just gonna kind of buff this all up in my business. I'm kind of buffing it into the front of the eyebrow too. I feel with halo eyes it looks better when I have something like kind of deep in the front of the eyebrow, because everything pretty much goes up to my brow bone, but I just feel like with halo eyes I need it kind of like front heavy for my eye shape. I remember last year when I found out I had hooded eyes, I was mind blown. What? I have hooded eyes? I'm like, come on, I could have been making YouTube videos years ago saying, oh, this look for hooded eyes, but I had no idea that I had them, so, I'm gonna go back in with Earthbender and that Rephr brush and blend some more. We're kind of going through it YouTube-wise because, so we're really close to being monetized, but Charlotte stopped napping about a week ago, and Charlotte is Vic's 2-year-old daughter, if you don't know. And the thing is, we are not the type of people that will have fun filming at night. We like to film because we like doing it. We like doing it during the day when Charlotte naps. When we do it at night, it's not as fun because we're like really delirious. We're so tired. And so it's just kind of stressful doing it that way. But now Charlotte won't nap, so our only option will be to film at night, which we don't like doing. So now we're just kind of trying to figure out if we can get her to nap again. She napped a little bit the other day, but she's sick along with me, so I don't know, but fingers crossed for us, because if she stop snapping, we won't be able to put 4 videos out a week anymore. Like last week we were off a little bit, but I was sick, so like sue me. I didn't feel up to editing, but yeah, it's been rough. Anyway, I can't shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go in with my Rephr 02 brush and the shade Desert Sky, which is the like beautiful like coppery kind of shade right here. Oh, I haven't used this. This is the first time using this shade. Last time I used more of the cool tones, but this one is so pretty. So, and I am gonna wet that a little bit with some MAC Fix Plus because it is similar to the shades we have going on in like our crease and outer corner. I want to make sure it's pretty like intense on the eyelid to make sure it pops. So I'm gonna bring that up till the darkest point, like right before my brow bone kind of, and then I'm just going to flip the brush and kind of tap it around right here. That's how I typically blend my halo eyes. And then I like wetting shimmers and then going over with a dry shimmer because that's how I find I get the most texture out of not super textured shades. But if you're looking for something with a lot of texture, this does have a fair amount of texture, not so much when you wet it, but they do have a lot of glimmer and shimmer in them. But so do like the Charlotte Tilbury quads. Those are really beautiful, but you know, a little bit pricier for a small amount. Okay, then I'm just gonna take my little blending brush again and gently go over the shimmer, just to diffuse it, and then back in with the Earthbender shade to blend the sides. I like my shimmer to get like into my outer corner when I blend. I don't want it to be as stark as a lot of people do for halo eyes, unless I'm doing something with blues. I typically like a navy blue and then like an icy white kind of blue in the center, but you know, I'm just talking away. I'm gonna take like the tip of this brush and the shade Flare, which is the lightest shimmer in here, and I'm gonna put that down the center of my eyelid and then cover it up with the shade again, and then I'm gonna hit my brow bone with it. I don't love, like, I feel that this makes it like gray, kind of a little bit gray, because it's not as warm as the initial shade. So I like it there to kind of add dimension, but I need to cover it up again, like tap over it a little bit. And I'm just gonna take the tip and tap right here with the brow bone. And I don't typically do a lot of brow bone highlight, but I feel that that kind of fuses everything together in the halo eye realm of things. So that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. We'll move on to the base. For primer, I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I've been making an effort to use this a little bit more because I have my Auric Glow Lust now. And I'll have to mix a little bit because I'm on like my last couple days of self tanner, so it's like pretty faded, and that's fine and well, but that's just how it is. So I need to mix and match my stuff today. I'm gonna use my It Cosmetics Love Is a Foundation brush to blend this out. This is a really, really beautiful product if you have like a light to medium skin tone and you just want to like add a little bit of something without, you know, turning orange or like actually putting on foundation. I got my best friend and her mom hooked on this stuff. Just gives a nice glow, and it makes you look like maybe you went out in the sun like once, you know. They do have a lighter shade, but it's like more pink toned, and then the deeper shade's just too deep for me. So this one's a good shade. I am gonna go in with a little bit of my Becca Under Eye Corrector in the shade Medium. This is, I'm panning this, so you know, we're doing that. But I don't really care about it, you know? Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I wish it did. I want it to do something for me. But it's just like an extra step that I don't care about. Alright, then I'm going in with my Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I don't support Neutrogena's skin line, their foundation and concealer line, because it is horribly white. but I was not fully aware of that when I bought these, so they're inner project inclusive. I just feel that I have to say that every video that I use this in, because I don't want anyone to watch our videos and be like, oh, why are you using that? There's like 3 shades. Well, I didn't know that. Okay. I'll try blending it out with the brush because I don't want to wet a sponge, but I don't really like the way that looks. So I'll probably like halfway blend it out with a brush and then go over it with a dry sponge because I'm too lazy to go wet one. I do really like this concealer though. I am going to be pretty sad when it's gone. It's pretty bomb. If only they had more shades, right? So I would totally be hyping this concealer up all the time if they did. That's just a horrible situation. I never want to do it again. I'm going to take a dirty dry sponge and go over it. I think I might actually use my Auric Glow Lust as foundation today. Let's see how it matches. I don't really want to go through the process of like mixing a bunch of shit. Yeah, that should work. So I'm going to use the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Pyrite as my foundation. I think this is a stunning foundation product. It has a little bit of coverage, but not a ton. And it just looks so pretty and glowy and healthy on the skin. I really, really like this product. I like the amount of coverage it has. It's got more coverage than like a Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not quite like a foundation. It's just like a very light coverage kind of foundation, I guess would be it. But it's just so glowy and like nice and pretty, and I love all of those things. I am gonna just tap over my concealer with this so it doesn't look so stark, and I will use a little bit of my Glossier Stretch later to just add around, but I think that that looks really nice as a foundation, especially when you're not going for like heavy coverage, you know? Alright, I'm gonna go in with my Reference number 18 brush and my Salt New York Cream Tint Pro. I'm gonna go in with the shade Medium Bronze. This is in my project pan as well. One of the best cream products I've ever come across. I saw they teased a new blush. Don't play with me, Salt New York. It looks so pretty, so I'll probably be picking that up when it launches. Salt New York is like my weakness, especially because I love Kiki so much, so it's just like, I don't care what happens, I'm probably gonna buy whatever they launch. I wish it was concealers, but those aren't in the works quite yet from what she's told me. And Vic got this the other day, but I don't quite know how to feel about it. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino. I guess it's supposed to be like a shimmery bronzer, or a very deep highlighter, I guess. But it seems like it's meant for bronzer. I don't really like that she bought this one. There's, I think, only one shade, but I could be wrong. I think this is pretty, but I've been using it and I don't really know if I see a difference. Maybe it's just because I use a lot of glowy products already, so like it's hard to like see that peeking through. I don't know. I got hair on my face. Before I go in with any powder products, I'm going to use my Glossier Stretch Concealer. It's about out. This is in the shade G11. I'm back in with that same brush I used for eye primer, color corrector, and concealer. I'm going to put some along my jaw. It's so light coverage that it doesn't really make a difference, but it just kind of like balances everything out for me, you know? I'm just going to use my It Cosmetics brush to blend that out, just so it's not too stark. I'm a big fan of avoiding stark lines. And then I'm going to just go boop, 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 back in with my bronzer brush. Then I am going to use a little bit of powder bronzer. I'm going to use my BH Belgian Waffle palette. I got pan on 2 shades. And I'm going to mix the 2 deepest shades, Batter and Cinnamon, and just lightly lightly graze over the bronzer I have. This is a Linda Hallberg 310 brush. I like Linda Hallberg brushes, but I kind of think that they're cheap. Like the brushes, like the bristles feel really nice, but the barrels are pretty cheap. I dropped my phone on one of them and completely dented it. Like it's just not the highest of quality, in my opinion. Perfect. That was a lot. I guess we're going raw bronze today. That just seems, I don't know. I just feel like that's a lot for me. I could be wrong. It's just because I'm not wearing foundation. No, I'm just gonna hit it. My brush again. I think that looks better. As always, I'm gonna use my Nudestix Sweet Peach Peony blush. This is the Nudies Bloom formula, nice and dewy. I'm gonna use that same rougher brush. Just picking it up from here, putting it on. This is my favorite dewy product of all time. The Shop Miss A cream blushes are actually a very similar formula. So, and those are $1. So those would actually be better than these in my opinion. But that is an option if you want more colors and not to support Nudestix. I'm still kind of on the fence about how I feel about supporting them. They have a few things that have caught my eye, unfortunately, so. I'm gonna steal Vic's project pan and I'm gonna use a little bit of Growth Flirt from ColourPop. It's the Super Shocked blush. I just think it would look really pretty with this look, so. I just need a little bit of a heavier blush application. Which is not a new thing. Does anybody else love their sick voice? I call it my sexy voice. I love like having like a deeper voice. Obsessed. Can't believe people get like, women are just born with these beautiful deep voices. Must be nice. All right, awesome sauce. That is my base. I'm gonna add some Faux Freckles. So basically I take a contour or bronzer palette. I'm gonna use my BH1 and one of these like spongy things. I don't know what they're called. Same things you like, the color switch sponges. And I just dip into it, blow it off, and dip it over my face. And that's how I do my Faux Freckles. It takes a little bit of practice. Oh, first time I did this, I despised the way it looked. I was like, I'm never doing this again. Lo and behold, I did it again. And you have to break the sponges in because they're pretty like scratchy when you first get them, so that's always fun. But when I got put in that Reddit thread for bad makeup, somebody was like defending me, defending my honor, because they're so sweet. And they're like, I love the way she does her makeup to complement her freckles. I don't have any freckles. Thank you. Thank you for defending me. If you ever see me in a bad Reddit thread, bad makeup Reddit thread, feel free to send it to me because it is one of my favorite things to do, is to read the comments. Because I'm a masochist. I don't know. Why would that bother me? Why would their opinion bother me? Should have seen my eyebrows in high school. Nobody could tell me that they were ugly. And they were horrible. So I was like, well, I got some issues with letting people tell me how to feel about the way I look. I feel great about the way I look. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, base is done. Let's finish up the eyes. Basically, I'm just going to take the copper from this brush and go like that. And I'm pretty fast with lower lash line. And then I'm just going to take the Earthbender shade. Connect it. Oh, And then I am going to take Flare again and use that for my inner corner. I'm going to use like a Shop Miss A E132 brush for that. Actually, I don't like that at all. Ooh. I need a new gold. Let me, I need something a little grungier and a little bit warmer. We're gonna try this lightest shade from this Charlotte Tilbury quad. This is the Luxury Palette of Pops Dazzling Diamonds. I might mix it in with like one of the grungier shades, but this one's got, yeah, that one looks better. It's just a little bit more, I don't know, reflective. I'm gonna throw that on my brow bone too. Make it cohesive, and then take the rougher brush again. Make sure it's blended there. I've been setting my lips, so I'm gonna take the lightest palette, or the lightest color from this BH palette, which is Buttermilk. Putting it all over my lips. This is the only place I will powder. Ooh, my nose is running. But I find that powdering my lip liner works wonders. So I'm gonna take my NYX lip liner in Espresso, also in my project pan, and line my lips. I do that a lot. No big. I'm not very precise with lip liner. I really just kind of rub it on and hope for the best. That's what we're gonna do there. And then I'm gonna take my e.l.f. lipstick in cream. This is the Seriously Satin lipstick. I don't like this shade, so I'm using it before something else. I just don't really like pink. So, Miss Danessa Myricks, her Essentials palette. I'm going to take the lightest shade in here and put it on my lips. This is life-changing. I'm obsessed with this shade. It makes everything look so good. Here's the completed look. Let me know your thoughts down below. I really like this Lunar Beauty palette. I need to dip into it more. I need to dip into neutrals more, honestly. I've been trying to, but blue is my neutral, teals are my neutral, greens are my neutral, but I do love this like grungy, smoky sexiness, you know, like I love a good smoky eye. But yeah, this is how it looks. Here's my lovely dewy skin. The lights make it look a little bit excessive, but honestly it is. I like excessively dewy skin. I have no issues with that, no qualms. I'm not gonna complain, but as always, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye.